They call me Dr. Joe, but for you, just Joe. Just Joe. Okay? Yeah. You're how old? How old do you think I am? Be careful now, I'm bigger than you. Did you hear that? Whit told me that he was 4.5. And I said, what? I said, how old do you think I am? And he said, 21. What a charming young man. Yes. That's all right. Nobody's going to believe it. Yes, yes. Okay, all right. Well, welcome everyone. This is the fourth and final of the Lent programs. If there's enough interest in these Friday afternoon things, I would be quite happy to keep them going because I'm already into my blabbermouth phase, which is a permanent part of my existence, because I teach my Friday afternoon class at Sacred Heart Music in America from 2 to 3:15, and then I get on the Merritt Parkway and then come here for this. So if there's a big push for this, I'm all for it. This is my friend Whit, who is 4.5, and he just guessed me to be 21. So we are most pleased to meet you, Whit. And your real name is what?
James Wakefischel.
All right, James. Well, my co-star is here. This is Ingmar. Well, come in. More people coming. Oh, this is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. My goodness, this is a tremendous group. There should be a fanfare. I should be playing music as they come in. So wonderful to see everyone. This is a note I got, and I didn't put my reading glasses on because I didn't want to make myself look older. So of course I'm up here. This is the lady, and I will ask her first before I say anything in a service, who sits right behind. She asked if she could sit right behind the organ because some organists don't like that. As far as I'm concerned, you can sit right next to me. You can sit on the bench if you like. I'm fine with that. But some people, you know, and so she wrote me a very nice note, and some friends of hers just got out of what's going on in Ukraine. And so she was very, very pleased to hear that I've been doing the national anthem of the Ukrainian people. I use it at the end of every service, and I wear my blue robe and a yellow thing. That's all we can do for these poor people, and it's just another thing that happened over there. It just doesn't get any better. So we have to keep these people in our minds. It's very important. So she wrote me a very nice note. Now, sometimes at concerts, we recognize people who have come the longest distance. We have people from Massachusetts here. And you are?
Erica and Don.
Erica and Don from Falmouth. Am I pronouncing it correctly? I was asking what the thing is, kind of like when you first go on the Cape, and it's a rotary. Back in Wichita, Kansas, we don't have a rotary. You just go 400 miles straight. So we don't have rotaries. So I thought, well, do you think I know a Cape Cod song for our friends from Cape Cod? You think, yeah, an old guy like you probably. Okay, good. So this is Old Cape Cod, and this is for our visitors. Quite often in the church services, we play other kinds of music. We don't just play religious songs. We play songs that have to do with American culture, American civilization. We've had a request for Ingmar to play Shenandoah at some point, so that's just one of the most wonderful songs ever written. And it's one of the greatest composers who ever lived. Do you know who wrote Shenandoah? Anon, A-N-O-N. We don't know. The melody to Amazing Grace, also anonymous. Folk music has this wonderful tradition. We don't know who wrote a lot of these things. So, for our friends from Cape Cod with their rotary, don't know what we do for a rotary in Kansas. Maybe an occasional tornado is about as close as we could get. All right, for our friends from Massachusetts, thank you for being with us on our Lent program. This is the biggest group we've had so far. This is great. We are most pleased. As I said earlier, if people are interested in this Friday afternoon thing, I would think it would be quite wonderful. We could continue it into the spring if there's an interest in it. It's great fun for me because I teach my class at Sacred Heart from 2 to 3:15, so I've already got the blabbermouth thing going. All right, for our friends from Cape Cod, and then my co-star will be up here. And we recognize Michael Mora over here, our technology person. All right. Thank you very much. Wasn't it Janice Page, maybe? I was trying to remember who actually sang that on the radio. It's a wonderful song. All right, welcome to our friends from Cape Cod. I hope you're glad you came. All right. I'll bet no one's going to play a song for you today. So, all right. Now, Ingmar. Ingmar is my co-star. We first met Ingmar at one of our evening programs. Wasn't it downstairs at the...
Yeah, it was a supper.
Oh, yes. It was the Valentine's party, wasn't it? And yes, the Valentine's party.
Around that time, yeah.
Yes. And there he was, and I thought, well, isn't this wonderful?
I played as time goes by.
Okay. You want to do Shenandoah first?
Let's just do Shenandoah.
Yeah, let's do
Let me
Shenandoah.
get my other harmonica.
Okay. Take a moment here. The harmonica is an old instrument, you know. There's a kind of...
It's appropriate for an old guy.
That makes two of us. This is one of the old organ lamps. This goes back to the years of Louise Miller, who was here from 1937 to 1979. She's the one who made the music program so great here. It all goes back to Louise. And this is one of these lights that will get in any position that you want. So this is this may be older than me. This might be older than you too.
This one's got creaky joints like me.
All right, hold on. Which way do you want it to go?
I want to have this sort of up vertical.
We'll do whatever we can.
I like to blow over the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
We'll see.
Go ahead and start. I'll pick you up. Stop now anymore. Strike when the iron is hot. Isn't it a wonderful song? One of these wonderful, marvelous. The harmonica is a reed instrument. There's a little reed in there, like an oboe or a bassoon or bagpipes. That's a big reed.
I want to show you
Oh,
demonstration. This is Music 101, right? Or, well, for me it is. What I just played was a little diatonic harmonica in the key of G. But let me show you this. I don't think even Dr. Joe has seen this or heard this. This is a Suzuki, and it's got holes on the top and the bottom
tell us about it.
and the end.
I've only seen one. I've never seen it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
This is why we're here. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll play a little bit of Red River Valley.
Now, have you know that we practiced for 2 or 3 hours in order to be able to do that? Very good. That's wonderful, Ingmar. Thank you so much. That's just great. So people will come in and for Lent service and expect everything to be all religious music. But music is an international language, and folk music is very much a part of all of the various religions. Go back to folk music of some kind. So I'm going to move to the organ briefly. Is it okay with me to go over there, Mike? I want to be sure my face is in the camera. All these years here. So I have here a group of pieces written by Bach. Now, we always think of Bach as very serious and extremely, he was a phenomenal composer. He was married as a young man, and he had a bunch of children right away. He probably fathered 20 to 25 children. But in those days, infant death and childhood diseases carried, if you had 6 children, 2 might survive. Bach was born in 1685, died in 1750. He spent the last 25 years of his life at the St. Thomas Church in Leipzig, up north in Germany, where it gets really cold. They're on the latitude with Canada. I've played there. And he wrote a series of pieces for Anna Magdalena. Now, Bach was married the first time. He went off to help another church install their organ. He came back from the trip. His wife had died while he was gone. Well, remember, in those days, communication was not much, and that would have been, he would have been 1710 or 15. And he soon after remarried. It was they married sometimes second and third cousins and all of that. So he married Anna Magdalena and had a group of children with her. 4 of them became famous musicians of their own. Carl Philipp Emanuel became a court harpsichordist for Frederick the Great, not an easy person to work for. And one of them went to London, and there were several of them, 3 or 4 important sons of Bach. So what Bach did during these years, he published this little book, and this is the original, do I say frontispiece? Is that the correct pronunciation? With a little flower thing. I think these little flowery things like fleur-de-lis or something. Little notebook for Anna Magdalena Bach, who was the mother of several of his children. So this is a little suite of pieces. Suite is like if you watch a furniture show, the guy from Kansas will tell you this is a nice bedroom suite. He means to say suite. I couldn't resist that one. See, we do language, we do everything in these Lenten things. It's not just music. So there are 3 or 4 of these pieces that he wrote, and I want to play 3 or 4 of them for you with some flute stops on the organ, because that's the way Bach would have performed them in his day. Bach was one of the great musicians. He's one of the great creative spirits in the whole history of Western civilization. Many great German composers, Bach, Beethoven, Brahms, and others, have written pieces that have transformed the way we listen to music and how we think about music. Okay, so these are fun pieces. This explores another side of Bach. I need to get my reading glasses out. I'm going to be humming that song all afternoon. I'm going to be humming Red River Valley. I haven't played that song for 100 years. And you did it in D, too. All right. So here come these pieces now. These are short little pieces, little sparkling gems. I choose them because you might not think of old Johann Sebastian Bach wrote things like this. That's the keyboard. This is kind of a flute sound. This is a flute. There's another kind of flute. This is a kind of flute we call a Gordon, but it's a type of flute. So what you do is you set each one of these three keyboards or manuals. Each one has a different sound. Now, let's do another one. This one is called a minuet. A minuet is similar to a waltz. It's a dance, a very stately court dance. You can imagine people with starched collars and all of that fancy thing. All right? This is a famous one. This is a quiet little piece in a minor key. This one fairly sparkles. Little pieces, and this one. Thank you. Are the Massachusetts people still glad you came? Yes. All right. I've gotten requests 2 or 3 times that, because I always do that Ukrainian national anthem at the end of the services, as long as this invasion is going on, that I need to do an American thing. So I'll probably play a big full organ version of God Bless America for you as we end this afternoon. But I want to play this one for you. This one is called Musette. You may remember Musette from the opera, Musette's Waltz. Oh. This one is Musette. Not till we're done. Then you do have to. You don't have to clap. I always tell people in the service, don't clap unless you feel like it. I don't, it's that the performance is not for applause, it's for the music. So when Louise Miller was here one Sunday, she heard me practicing that. She said, that's such a delightful piece. And she said, I don't expect Dr. Joe would play it exactly as written. So, so I played it as an offertory, and this is kind of what I did. Well, you can imagine Louise. And it was Ingmar, would you play another one?
Oh, sure.
All right, because you wanted to do another one. Do you want to do Glory Log?
Yeah, I want to do
Whatever you want to do.
Palm Sunday.
Okay, do you want me to play the organ or piano?
Organ.
Play the organ? You got it. I'm so glad we did all this rehearsal beforehand. Yeah. Listen, in this business, you do this a lot. How are we doing, Mike? Okay.
This is, everyone knows this. It's,
Get closer to the mic.
I'm close, no. I can't swallow it, no. Okay. I like to play All Glory, Laud, and Honor. Everyone knows this. It's the most beautiful of the Palm Sunday hymns. And I guess it's in the key of C.
Are you in C? Okay. Let me give you a proper introduction.
Sorry.
Go ahead, I'll find you. Wonderful, wonderful. Isn't it great? Aren't you glad you came? It's a nice afternoon here. Yeah. Ingmar, one more time. Yes. You through playing? Did you run out of songs?
Oh, no, I got another song.
What song do you want to play? Oh, okay.
the old organ cross.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. That would be great. I can't believe Red River Valley. I haven't played that for a long time. You took me back. Lessons on your myself. Oh, the organ cross. Is that it? Yeah, this is fine. Should I play piano or organ?
Organ.
Organ?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to use my big harmonica.
Oh, good. Yeah, show us that. That's fine. You can show it. Show them how it works. When you blow into it,
Yeah.
it makes one pitch, and then when you inhale, it changes the pitch. Go ahead.
What you do is you, okay. You blow, draw, draw, blow. So it's out of sequence. And that's what makes harmonica tricky. You know, you got to get on to learn that sequence, and becomes part of your brain, I guess.
Yeah.
And I learned it years ago, but it took a while. Yeah. A lot of boys get harmonicas in their Christmas stocking. You know, they get these little ones, these little cheapies. Now, it used to be like 25 cents. Now they're like $5 or something. But and then the kid would try to play it, you know, and well, he may get it right or may not. And it goes into a box or something. And 30 years later, he opens the box and he pulls it out, and guess what? I can play it now. It just happens. Yeah, it's wonderful. Okay.
Evolution. Yeah.
Evolution.
All right. All right. Now, you want me to play piano or organ on this one?
Whatever you think.
Why did I go back to piano? Well, I'll go back to the organ after you. What are you going to play? The Mother Cross? All right. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead and start. I'll find you. All the rehearsal is done.
This is in key of C.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ingmar. Thank you. That's great. We gave a little bit of everything, didn't we?
Sure did.
Yeah. Now, where else could you go on a Friday afternoon and hear the Oregon Cross and Red River Valley all on the same program, you know? You can't make this stuff up, you know? So, most people have, who've listened to this have always requested that I would do a nice big patriotic song, reminding us once again that we do live in the greatest country, and this is where everybody wants to be, and we're not perfect, but who is? We don't have to be perfect, we just have to be. We have to be, that's it. And so I'm going to play this in a different kind of version. I'm really going to open up the organ, and it's going to really blast at the end. Not until the end. But in 1938, the State Department, I've told this story before, but I'm an old guy, that's what we have the most of. Kate Smith had just recorded When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain, or one of those tunes that she always did. And we didn't really think of Kate Smith as one of the great singers, but Kate Smith was quite wonderful at what she did. She was a real cultural icon at the time. And we were afraid in 1938 of the Nazi buildup, and Roosevelt had been elected in 32 and again in 36, and everyone was delighted that he was the president then. So the State Department went to Kate Smith, they called her in and said, you need to do something to sell war bonds, to build money for the war effort, because we were afraid, you know, that, and of course it did happen after Pearl Harbor and everything else, you know, that we were in a huge war, of course. So she went to see Irving Berlin. Irving Berlin used to go in and out of retirement and then come back and then have another career, and he lived to be 101 years old. I used to walk past his old apartment on Gramercy Park. I was playing on 53rd Street. We used to walk past there. A group of us gathered under his window years and years ago to sing White Christmas, which of course was his song that he had written umpteen years ago. And years and years and years here. And Irving's been gone forever. But he had written this song, God Bless America, as part of a show in 1919, 20, and 21. And the producers heard the song. They didn't like it. They thought it's a poor song. So it's kind of maudlin, isn't it? Over the sea, and it has an opening verse, when the storm clouds gather far across the sea. It's a wonderful song. And then it builds into this God Bless America. And the producers, and they didn't care for it. So they threw it out. So Irving put it in his trunk. Here came Kate Smith and asking for something, and Irving looked around and he said, I may have one. Wow, did he ever? Did he ever? Many people thought for some years after God Bless America came out that ought to be a national anthem because it's such a great song. So I'm going to give you a nice version of God Bless America, and let's hope we don't get into another war. I mean, seeing all of this on TV with the Ukraine thing is just ghastly. So I think it's important to remember, you know, as we all do, what a place we live in and how fortunate we are when we look at the rest of the world. So thank you all for being here. This is Friday afternoon music/lecture series, or whatever we call this, right? This is giving a new dimension to the concept of Lent, I guess. Well, this, by the way, is my first robe that I ever had when I came here in September of 1996. And this one came from, because it was a fall thing, and on my first birthday, the choir got me this stole, however old I was in 1996. Well, I'm 77 now, so this is what we have. It's not going to improve. Not going to go the other way. Thank you all very much for being here. I hope you're glad you came, you know, and so I don't go on too long. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so here comes a big rendition of God Bless America. If you feel like singing, it'll be in a singing key. But the introduction is that little verse, and then it will build up and it'll get really loud.